catastrophe?
Oh no.
It's okay. I dropped something and it turned off my lamp, and I'm like, I'm black.
Well, we already know that. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
I am, and you can't see me.
I can see you.
Oh my God. So I hope my lighting is okay. Anyway, hi, Crystal. I haven't
Hopefully my
seen you.
lighting's not too bright and it washes me out. You know what I
No,
mean?
you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Oh man, I haven't talked to you in like 3 days. I've been fighting
I'm
myself not to bother you.
It's okay. No,
Hi.
I know. Like I was thinking about you all weekend and stuff, and I was like, oh man, and all these things, and
I know. And I'm trying to hurry up and get things going in my life so I can get out of here again. I'm going out of town again. So it's all
mm-hmm.
good. It's all good.
Yep,
Uh,
us too, us too. We're going out of town next
yeah.
Sunday, so I'm
I
excited.
know. I am too. I want to be where you going though.
Hey,
That's the thing.
hey, should go on a
That's the
flight with me.
thing. That hey, I feel like I need to stow away in your backpack or something.
Oscar is. He's getting in it.
I saw that.
Yeah, I just didn't want to leave him this time. I've never traveled with him before, and
Oh,
like to another state or anything. Like
yeah.
he's always been babysat by my mom or doggy sat, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
But just he's getting older. You know, he's 15.
Hmm.
He's going to be 16 next year, and
Yeah.
he's so he's kind of hard hearing. So ever since that happened, you know, he's like really clingy to me, and he won't like do things for people. He won't go to the restroom for other people. He won't eat for other people or drink. He wants his mom, his dog mom. But yeah, so I was like, I don't think I can leave him again this
Yeah.
time because it kind of happened last time where he did that, and I was like, he needs to go with me. So we're
Wow.
paying for his little plane ticket for a dog.
Will he be able to be up there with you, or is he going to be
Yeah,
down in the store?
no,
Oh, really?
yep, Southwest. That's what we're flying, and
Uh-huh.
they said that they don't fly dogs underneath anymore or something like that. I think I was reading that if I read it right. Um,
Good.
yeah, so and I was like, I didn't want to put him under anyways. That would be very stressful, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
that's exactly why I asked, because
yeah.
the pressure is different down there, the temperature
Hmm.
is different down there, and
Right, and
I
he's
mean
so
it's luggage,
small.
you
Yeah,
know.
he's so small too. And so I bought me a little
Mhm.
backpack and for him a doggy carrier backpack so I could carry it with me and then stow him under the seat in front of me. Even though I'm paying for him both ways, I think he should have his own seat. Just saying, Southwest.
I'm
But
saying,
he's $95 each way. That's cool. But at least he's coming with me. He's gonna be safe, you know.
yeah.
And but he should still get his own seat for that kind of price. Just saying.
Yeah. Aw,
But
that's
he's
so
not. Yeah,
wonderful.
but at least he gets to go in front of me and he's there and I can take care of him.
Yeah, I haven't been to Florida in about 10, 12 years. So I
Oh
need to
man,
go to Florida.
you
I know.
do. Yeah,
I haven't been in a long time, and I got so many friends that live down there.
yeah,
No
it's so fun.
family, just a lot of friends.
A lot of
Yeah.
fun. It's
Yeah.
fun though. We haven't been, I think, COVID threw us off. We didn't really travel during COVID. So, but before that, we would go almost every single year to Florida.
Oh, wow.
We just missed about a year. It's almost feels like
That's too much
two.
window. I don't like that window. That's too much window. Okay. I'm still trying to fix myself, y'all.
But yeah, where are you going, Miss Kathy?
Oh, nowhere. Nowhere
Nowhere.
special. Just back with friends. I mean, family.
Okay.
I'm going to a graduation party for my great niece that's going to college in Washington. She's
Okay.
going to Howard University. She's already done a year at home, and
Wow.
she's amazing. Her name is Kelsey, and
Oh.
I love her. And so, yeah, we're going to go there. But I wanted to ask you, because we haven't talked in so long, you guys, so sorry for this. But let's get to Crystal, her who she is and why we do this, and then I want to talk about Simone Biles and Naomi. I forgot her last name, but she's a tennis player. I want to talk about them a little bit before we get into our subject today. So please introduce yourself and tell us about you and why we do this.
All right. Well, I'm a natural health and herb specialist and a holistic health coach. And I do this because years ago, you know, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and inflammatory bowel disease that basically got me on my deathbed. I was hospitalized when I was 18 and when I was 24. I went into remission one time, you know, and then after age, I don't know when it was. I don't know. I was like 2014. That's when I really started healing. But you know what I did? I did what the doctors asked me to do for a little bit. I took the medications that they wanted for colitis and like steroids and whatever, and it just didn't work. It made things way worse. A lot of internal bleeding, different things.
Oh, wow.
I lost like 30 pounds in 1 month, went down to 97 pounds, looked like death, and I said there has to be another way because doctors don't teach nutrition usually. They don't go to nutrition school. And that's what we don't understand. And when I found my naturopathic doctor and I got on supplements, changed my lifestyle, my diet, everything changed. My body started to heal itself. My skin started looking better. My hair started looking better, started feeling better, less inflammation. And I was like, this has to get out to the world. Not everybody is taught this, and we all need to know this.
That's
so that
right.
is why I do what I do, because I went through hell and back, and my body is healed now. I mean, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm grateful. And so this is why we do what we do. We want to spread the good health. We want to teach people education for nutritional purposes.
Yeah.
We're not here to treat, cure, diagnose, none of those things. But that's what we do. We just help you guys, educate you guys on nutrition and things. Gut health. Gut health is so important.
You guys, that's exactly 100% why, other than my own personal journey, why I'm doing this as well is because I'm Kathey, by the way.
Yeah, Miss Kathey.
And I, for a living for some years with clean water, and that's what made me think, well, heck, if it's in my water, it's got to be in my food. If it's in my food, it's got to be in my this, and so. And so when I started cleaning water and started realizing what all is in water, it was like, let me pull this stuff out for people. And then I got a passion for cleaning water.
Right.
And then it went to health. Like, okay, well, if I'm taking this out of my water, then I got to figure stuff out. So anyway, make a long story short, the African American and Hispanic cultures are not being taught this. And so my passion is the same exact one as Crystal is, to get this out, this education out to people, to let them know you don't have to live with certain ailments. You don't have to live with certain aches and pains. You don't have to even have to deal with certain weight, because when you eat correctly, when you drink water when you're supposed to, when your bowels move right, when you urinate when you're supposed to, and how often you're supposed to, and all of that, your body's going to automatically release a lot of toxins, and it's going to pull out of the fatty tissue, and so therefore you're going to end up losing weight. And who knows this stuff? If you start eating right, it's like, what? I can lose weight and be healthy at the same time? Heck yeah. So you don't even have to go in it for a weight reason. You can go in it for purely just being healthy, and that's the side effect.
Yeah.
What a great side effect to have, right?
Exactly. And that's what I always say, we have to start eating our food as our medicine, because if we don't, someday we're going to have to eat our medicine as our food. And that's not going to be fun.
And I don't want that.
Yeah. I've had too many family members in the past. I grew up with a whole family of diabetics, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, having heart attacks, all kinds of things. Yeah. And I said, and overweight, all kinds of stuff in my family. And I said, I'm not going to go there. I don't want to be on medication like they are, and I've got to make a difference. I had to start eating right. I could not keep eating the way my family has always ate, because if I did, I would have the same body, the same issues that my family has.
Yeah. The other thing I want to touch on is, not only is it nutritional for me, I know you guys have seen a transformation. You've seen a difference in my physical, in my mental, in my spiritual. You've seen the difference. So what I want to say to you guys is, not only is it my physical, but it's also my mental, my spiritual, and emotional, because, and I'm going to say this to the day I die, I believe 100% that Crystal has saved my life in so many different ways. One of them is depression. One of them is mental, and having a purpose is a lot. It's really important to have a purpose. That's right. But the emotional part, I wanted to bring up Simone Biles and Naomi, and I forgot her last name. I know it's you guys, she's a tennis player who decided not to play tennis in the French Open because she was not mentally there.
Yeah.
It was either the French or American. I think it was the French Open. And you guys, let's champion them.
Yeah.
They decided not to bring down, well, Simone decided not to bring down the entire American Olympic
Mm-hmm.
gymnastic team because of her own frailties. How
Yeah.
freaking
She's strong.
amazing is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
that's
mean,
that takes guts to be
it
that
takes
transparent.
so much guts, and she's so transparent. And that's a lesson that all of us can learn, you guys.
Right.
Is, Krista put something on Facebook yesterday. Oh, was it this morning? I think I read it this morning. If I can find my other phone.
I post a
Anyway,
lot of stuff. I don't even remember.
I remember it, doggone it, and I can't find my other phone. But it said all of these things that she listed down, like being a people pleaser and
Oh, the empath. The empath. That's what it was.
being a people pleaser and being less of herself to be more for other people and blah blah blah. And I read that she's like, I've done all these. It was like 7 things. I can't stand that. I can't read it to you guys.
Oh,
Um,
I can get that
can
right
you
now.
read it? Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
it was so. It sparked something in me because
Really? Oh, wow.
these women are out on the world, focus. Like people are looking at
Mm-hmm.
them, looking to them on the world stage, and they are taking their own mental um, health into their own hands. That's what we've
Right.
been saying all this time, you guys.
Right.
Take it in your own hands. Forget what the coach says.
Yeah.
He don't know what you're going home dealing with at night.
Mm-mm.
So anyway, do you have that?
Yeah, I do. I put 7 mistakes empaths make. One is push their feelings aside. I have done that for so long just
Who
to have
hasn't as a
harm.
woman?
Exactly. Just to have harmony. You push what
Yeah,
your feelings aside so you can have harmony with
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Okay. Number 2 is assume everyone is sensitive. Just because you're feeling everything doesn't mean everybody else feels that. Some
Hello.
people, it goes right over their head and they
It
don't
sure
even think
does.
about it. It's
That's
you're
right.
the one that's in your brain. You're the one
Mhm.
replaying it. You're the one having that anxiety because you're replaying it.
Yeah.
So, and then 3, it says put self-care on the back burner. We do for so many other people before we do for ourselves. We're always cooking, we're always cleaning, doing something, making sure the kids,
Or
something.
making decisions on someone else's, oh, well, if I don't do this, then they'll do that. And you know what? Those people, 9 out of 10 don't give a care.
Right,
It's
right.
you that's taking
Mhm.
it on. And trust me, um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And and then 4 is can't enjoy themselves unless everyone around is having a good time. Because you feel that energy when someone is
You
upset,
know,
when they're not feeling it, and you got some people that are having a good mood, but then you got this other crowd that just like looks like they're down, looks like they're hurting or something, you feel that, and it's really hard to enjoy it until they feel better. And you want to go make them happy again. You want to go please them, being a people pleaser. And then the number 5 is often don't know their energy limits. So, we can go out and about and some people can just drain, 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 and you can keep going and then you have burnout. You don't stop. You just keep going because you can't stop, feels like. You feel like you can't stop working. You feel like you got to do this. You got to do all these errands, whatever it is. And you have an emotional burnout. So that's one. So you don't know your limits. And then 6, it says want to fix others. We can always see in others the things that, like that could, that's making their life a certain way.
yeah.
And you're like, I could help you if you just like do this, and it's not your business. It's not none of your business. Not unless they ask for your help. Okay.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because you see such goodness in some people, and you see such amazing things in some people, and when they don't see it themselves, you're like, well, let me do this to help you, or let me
Yeah.
do that to help
You know
you, and
what? Try complimenting them instead. Find something good about them
mhm.
and compliment them about it.
Yeah,
Right in their day.
yeah, that's a
That's
good
something
point.
you
You
could do.
guys try that and see what happens
Yeah.
because they may need that. Okay, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, you're good. And then 7 is walk on eggshells to avoid negative reaction from others.
No, yeah.
I have done that all my life, even with my parents, wanted to please them, make sure that, everything's good with everybody. So we're all not mad. And,
Yeah.
and you know what? That's actually hurting yourself. If you don't put up these boundaries and if you don't start doing for you, it's always going to be that way. People are
Yeah.
always going to pull from you. The moment you start putting up those boundaries, yeah, it's going to be tough. Those people, the people that are used to you saying yes all the time, they're going to expect you to do that. But that's not your problem. It's not your
Y'all hear?
responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your responsibility for what they feel or what they understand. You
It's
have.
kind of funny you said that. I used
Mm-hmm.
to work in a place where I was really close to this girl's husband, not in any way but friendship. And we had a falling out, like friends do. We had a falling out. And she came into the kitchen area and she said, "Could you please talk to my husband?
Mm.
He is not doing well with you guys' friendship, you know, tearing down." Well, let me just tell y'all this. If I tear down a friendship with you, it's because you're done screwed up. I don't just arbitrarily stop people, get people out of my life that I don't love. And so he must have screwed up pretty doggone bad for me to stop talking to him. So another person heard her say that. And when she left the kitchen, he came up to me and said, "You're not responsible for how that man feels. You're not responsible for his happiness."
That's right. He is
And
responsible. We're responsible for ourselves.
when he said that, bells went off.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right. Not that I was going to call the person anyway. That's not what I want to say.
Kathy. No.
Not that I was going to call him anyway. But when he said that, I was like, you sure right.
Yep.
You sure right. I am not responsible for
You are
anybody's
not.
happiness but my own, not even my
Exactly.
children. I
Exactly.
try and I try and I try, like any good parent will. But they have to take on things themselves. Another thing I read on Facebook, well, not even on Facebook, it might have been on LinkedIn. It might have been on Facebook. Anyway, it said that there comes a time where you come into your life where you have to take responsibility for your own issues. Like if you grew up with something and it was bothering you, or if you were raised a certain way, it there comes a time in your life when you need to switch off the switch or turn on the turn on in order to catapult you to the next level. And there are some people that are allowing things that are happening back in their childhood to keep them stuck.
That's right.
Unstuck yourself.
Traumas, different childhood conditioning traumas. And I think I just posted something about that today
You
too.
did. You did.
Actually, I was like, didn't I just do that? Uh, where did I have that at?
I always have both of my phones right next to me, and oh my gosh.
Well, let's see. I know I had a video to it. That's why I don't want to bring it up from Facebook because it was like a song to it. But it definitely
Oh,
shows like different childhood traumas that you go through. And check it out. It's on my story. If anybody's watching right now, go ahead and check out my story. It's on there.
okay. I don't think I saw that one. If it was on your story, I don't think I saw that one.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys, we're just saying there are things that are happening in our lives that we can change. Number one, health wise, mental health is just as important, you guys. And I love Simone Biles for saying, "Hey, you guys, this pressure is so much on me
Mm-hmm.
that I decide that I'm going to back away and allow everybody else to shine." That's the other thing. But I'm going to tell you something else. They are not scoring her correctly because
That's
she's
right.
so above and beyond. So I'm
That's
just want
right.
to throw that in there too. And I'm sure that
Yep.
that's messing with her. How could that
Yeah.
not mess with her?
That
They're not scoring
she does
her.
things that no one else can do. There are
And
moves that
so why are
she
you
does.
not getting 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 across the board because nobody else can do it? So how dare you score her anything less than 10? The skill level set is there. So what's the issue? So that's got to be bothering her
Yeah, that's hard. She's a human
mentally.
being. She's a human being just like anyone else. Just like just because she's famous or something does not mean she doesn't feel things like we do.
Exactly.
Everybody goes through some of the same things, even people
Exactly.
who have $1 million or someone who has $0.
So let me
Everybody
ask you
goes through
this,
it.
Crystal. If your daughter was trying her best at school, getting like like she knows her skill set, so she knows what she's doing is good, but her teacher just let's say she's writing essays. Let's just say that, and something very important is weighing on her essay,
Mm-hmm.
and the teacher only gives her a B plus or a B,
Mm-hmm.
but never gives her that A when she knows she deserves that A. How do you think your daughter would be?
She would feel probably disappointed. Well, one, disappointed, upset. It would crush her, like how probably crush her spirit, her self-esteem a little bit. Yep.
Did you hear that, guys? Her self-esteem would definitely suffer
Mm-hmm.
because how dare you give me less than what I deserve?
Especially at
So
such a young age too. Like as a
Simone
young,
Biles is young, you guys,
yeah, she
and
has a
she
whole life
knows
ahead of
she's
her.
good. She
Yeah.
knows she's good. So if they had, I believe that if they had been scoring her the way that she deserved, she would not have fallen out. She would have been able to continue doing what she was doing because she would have been validated for her skill set. So I just wanted to mention them two ladies because um,
It's important. People need to recognize it, and it shouldn't be
they
swept under the
do.
rug.
They
We try to spread positivity and everything, but you have to talk about these issues. They are
yeah,
real.
they
And
are.
when we sweep them under the rug and we don't talk about them, that we are part of the problem.
Mm. Girl, I just want to give you a high five right now. A fist bump. Because that's 100.
Yeah.
And something came over me today about that whole thing. I've been reading things, and how people were giving her issues
Hmm.
for falling for, you guys, if you say one thing bad about that woman, that's a reflection on you, not on her. And so deal with your issues and champion that woman. She's a champion. She's doing what she needs to do for herself. And actually there are lessons that can be learned from her and that
Yeah.
needs to be done.
And you know
I'm
what? We
proud
all,
of her. Go
yeah,
ahead, Mom.
she focuses on herself, and that's important. And that's a
Uh-huh.
lesson we need to learn in itself.
Yeah,
We need to focus on ourselves
yeah.
and, just be better than we were the day before. We shouldn't be in competition with anybody else. We're different. We already know that. We're all different. We all have our uniqueness, and we just need to be the best version of ourselves.
I'd be doggone if I don't give Crystal compliments on a daily. I mean, if not daily, often enough where she knows I appreciate her.
Thank you.
Um, and vice versa. How dare we not do that for each other? This is what we need to do as people, not even as women to women, but
Hmm.
as people to people. If you see something good in somebody, please tell them.
Compliment them, uplift them.
Compliment them, uplift them, edify them, let them
It
know.
returns. The energy returns. It returns.
And maybe not from that person, but somebody else might come up to you and say something sweet to you one day.
Exactly.
And you're like, wow, that's how that feels when I tell somebody else
Yeah,
how
pay it
good
forward.
they, you know,
Hmm.
it gives them worth. And that self-esteem thing can be torn down at any moment in your life just because you're 55, 60, 80, 90, 100 years old and you have this confidence about yourself. That doesn't mean that it can't be torn down, you guys. And
Yep.
so when we're wanting to build up somebody, just know that that could be also a tear down can happen as well. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. Keep the positive energy
Hmm.
going, just keep
Yeah.
uplifting each other, your
Yeah.
brothers and sisters, your friends, your family, we shouldn't be in competition. We just really shouldn't. We should just uplift each other. I feel like a hippie I'm talking about this, but just uplift each other seriously. Like, why not spread that?
Yeah.
Why not spread that goodness
Yeah.
everywhere?
Yeah. I love it. I love that um, these two young ladies are forging ahead saying what I need to be done is they're not people pleasers.
Yeah, they're above that. Their frequency is higher. They
Yeah.
kept their vibration high. They're not lowering it for anyone else. And that's exactly what a lot of people should do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Set the
Yeah.
bar.
Set that bar. Set it high. All right. So
Yeah.
what are we talking about today?
All right. So I wanted to kind of talk about, like, I just want to spit off some. I think we say spit off. I'm not spitting at you, but vitamin and minerals, because they're very important to our body. We need them, and we cannot absorb minerals without vitamins, and vice versa. We cannot absorb vitamins back and forth. So we have to
Okay.
have both. So
Okay.
yeah. I wanted to talk about that today. And Kathey,
Okay.
I know you had a question for me earlier, and now that I got what you said. Ask me again.
I'll ask. I'll
Yeah.
ask.
All right. Cool. So,
Um,
yeah.
I just wanted to know because someone was saying something to me about vitamins and how. Anyway, my question was, what was the difference between vitamins and supplements?
Right. So, and my answer to that was, vitamins and minerals, they're found in everything, right?
Yes.
Our food, but we don't have enough usually. We're never going to get enough vitamins and minerals in our food. So, we have to supplement what we don't get from our food. And vitamins and minerals it's all the same. They can be supplements or they can be just in your regular food.
Yeah.
But supplements are what you're supplementing. Just think about it. Supplements, you're
Mhm.
supplementing what you're not getting from your food.
Yeah.
So, in case you're not eating enough greens, fruits and vegetables, getting your omega 3s in, whole fresh foods because those contain enzymes and good prebiotic fiber, probiotics in them usually. Just make sure you're getting all that nutrition. If you're not, then it's time to supplement. It's time to supplement the nutrition that you're not getting. Maybe you need a multivitamin and mineral. Maybe you need some extra magnesium. Maybe it's calcium you're lacking. Maybe
Yeah.
you need some extra vitamin D. Maybe you don't get out into the sun enough. There's different things, and just most of it, a lot is like by not eating right. But we need that nutrition because I also want to let people know, and I always say this:
Okay.
minerals are like spark plugs to your car.
Mm.
If your spark plugs are bad, your car's not going to start. It's not going to run
Mhm.
right. It's not going to do its job, right?
Right.
Well, we need those minerals same way for our body. If we don't have all the minerals we need, then our body's not going to run right. Our digestion is not going to be right. And when we eliminate, it's not going to be right. Our intestines aren't going to feel right. Hormones might be off. Thyroid might be low, high, whatever it is. We need those because our body contains 110 minerals. And me and Kathey always talk about something that is full of minerals, which is sea moss. Sea moss has 92 of those 110 minerals that your body needs. And when you feed your body all those minerals, right, and one like thing, your body gets this surge of energy.
Yeah.
You feel like you can, you don't need coffee. You just need minerals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take sea moss
You know,
daily.
and Jeremiah gave me a real good compliment the other when I saw him a couple of Saturdays ago, and he was like, "Man, that stuff is really good. When I take it, I can tell a difference."
Yeah.
And I like that it makes that big of a difference in his life. Jeremiah is Crystal's husband, and
Yeah.
so he's on the same track as we are, you guys. The only reason why we're not talking to him as often as we should is because he's working,
Because running a
doing things.
restaurant.
Yeah, and so he attributes a lot to what we say and do because he's 100% part of this.
Yeah, he's
So
working
when I
behind
was
the
handing
scenes.
what I'm sorry.
He's the same. He's working behind the scenes.
Yeah. So when I was giving the CMOS to a friend of his, which we're going to tell you guys about that guy pretty soon, um, he was like, "Oh man, this is great," and I was giving it to him. The guy, his name is Mark. I was giving it to Mark because I wanted him to have some, him and his wife.
Hmm.
So, you guys, they're just things that I just want to just give to you
Just
because
want
it's
to
so
give
good for
all.
you.
Give it all. Give it all.
It's so good for you guys, and you can benefit so much from vitamins, minerals, and
Oh,
both of them, along with the super greens that you might have or whatever. All of them are supplements. It's not a vitamin. It's just all of them are supplements because we, like she said, we can never get 44 superfoods,
and one,
and
right?
we can never sit down and eat as
Exactly.
much as we need
Hmm.
to obtain as much as we can get in a shake
Yep.
or in a vitamin or
Exactly.
in a mineral.
Exactly. And we're
Except
wonder,
for that sea moss. Sea moss comes pretty doggone close.
it's
But
pretty
other
dang
than
good.
that, yeah.
Well, another good thing about sea moss is that it's a natural collagen builder, so it helps you with your
Yeah.
collagen. So that's another good thing about sea moss.
You know what? I am going to try instead of mayonnaise for the pancake recipe that you gave me because I don't have any
Really?
mayonnaise here. I think I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
try sea moss.
I wonder if that would work. That might work because I heard you could also, someone was asking about an egg replacement and said something about using sea moss for an egg replacement. So that's
Huh.
interesting.
I think I'd rather just use it for that because I think that the mayonnaise in that is for moisture.
Yeah, it might be that, or also like to help non-stick, possibly. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try it and see what happens.
See what
But
happens. You
anyway,
never know. You never know.
yeah, exactly. Well, I'm trying to. Sea moss is not just for to take a dollop of and just eat it. You can use sea moss in a lot of recipes, and so I would encourage people to look up on YouTube and start doing some of that stuff. It's pretty amazing. So
Absolutely, absolutely, for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, vitamins and minerals, we need them. I was just going to go over a few, just
Okay.
because it's important to know.
Yeah.
You've all heard of calcium,
Yeah.
and we know that calcium, it's good for your bones, your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, your skin, your pH levels, for instance.
Oh wow.
And then when you're stressed out, your body actually strips more calcium from your bones when you're being stressed. So a lot of times, a lot of people come to me and they lead stressful lives. They need something for
Yeah.
their stress, right? They
Right.
need to, they just don't know how to manage it.
Right.
Well, for one, we definitely need to make sure that we have calcium in our supplements, or that we're getting it through our dark leafy greens.
And the fact that you don't get it from milk, you guys.
A lot of times we were grown up to think that milk and or cow's milk, for instance, is the way to
Yes.
go to get strong, healthy bones and things like
That's
that.
what they used
Well,
to tell us.
here's the thing. What we do not digest turns into acid in the body. And when you have an acidic pH, that is where disease dwells. You're making a perfect environment for cancer, disease, everything, allergies, even something as small as that. So we want to have a more alkaline state, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, we need to do that. And so, that's where calcium can come in and, help with that, help with our pH levels, help with our stress levels. It's just really important to make sure we get those calcium and that's why I say that is because what we do, like I said, what we do not digest turns into acid. So I want to let you know, everybody is a little bit lactose intolerant. Some worse than others. You just don't know it. I promise you this. We are not meant to drink milk. Those are meant for cows to gain 2,000 pounds in, I believe, a 6-week period of time, or is it something like that? Yeah. And it has things in it that creates mucus in the body. Like
Inflammation.
Yes. So any type of dairy is going to create mucus in the body, which creates inflammation. What does inflammation do? It causes pain.
Yes.
It causes stiffness in joints. It causes muscle aches, joint aches, all these things. So, and it's also, when you have an acidic pH, it is also stripping more calcium from your body. So what is the point of taking dairy?
Right.
Okay, then. So we got that out of the way. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean?
And you can't drink enough milk for the calcium that they claim that you're going to get in order to get to the bones and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And what do cows eat?
Grass.
Exactly. They're on a vegetarian diet, and look how strong and big they are.
Mm-hmm.
You get your
They
calcium.
also have 4 stomachs.
They also do have 4 stomachs. But we don't eat grass. That's a little hard to digest. But I'm just saying, eat your leafy greens, and that's where your calcium can come from. That's why, technically, yes, there is calcium in milk, because they're eating it. They're eating it in their diet. That's what we should be doing. So that's something important. And then, and then the next thing is, it's not really a vitamin or mineral. It is an essential fatty acid, something like flax oil, or something from chia seeds, where you get all your omega-3 essential fatty acids from. Our body does not make that. So we have to consume it with our diet. And, a good source of that would be, especially a vegetarian source, would be your flax oil. That would be a really good source. And flax oil would be better. You would get more omega-3s out of that than you would milled flaxseed or something like that.
And can I say something about omega-3? A lot of times we think of it as it being in fish. And it is. It's highly fish are high in omegas. The only problem with that is that fish also is high in arsenic
and mercury.
And mercury. That's what I meant to say. I apologize. It's mercury is what I'm trying to say.
Well, a lot of heavy metals the fish are very contaminated nowadays.
But it's mostly mercury. And so and you're right. You're exactly 100% correct. But the mercury content in fish now is not a good alternative to get your omega 3s from because of that. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So that's
exactly.
why the vegetarian, I'm so glad that Crystal talks about that because there are alternatives, you guys. Some people don't even know that there are omega 3s in walnuts.
Yep, exactly.
What?
Nuts, seeds, all that. Yep,
Yeah.
omega 3s and all that. So yeah, but flax oil, it helps with healthy cholesterol. It helps with your immune system, and of course, you're getting your essential fatty acids, like we said.
Right.
And it can also help with your nerves, and it helps with when you get omega 3s. Okay, you need that for heart health, cardiovascular. You need that for your muscle tissue, everything, brain health. Your brain is made of cholesterol, so you need fat to feed it. It's made of fat, so you feed it fat, good fats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you need that in there. And then, we have our vitamin A and D and stuff like that. And that's good for, your liver.
I
There's,
mentioned vitamin K to you earlier today.
yeah,
Did you guys know that there was such thing as vitamin K?
absolutely. Vitamin K is super important. It's found in like spinach and some other things, leafy greens as well. It helps to stop blood clotting. For instance, babies, when they're born, they tend to get vitamin K so that they don't like bleed out or anything and have blood clots, anything like that when they're born. So,
Wow.
yep, that's a good thing for everybody.
And where
Need
do
it.
you get vitamin K from again?
I would say
Mhm.
spinach is a really good source to
Oh,
get your
that's right. Yeah.
vitamin K from, or any
Yeah.
type of greens.
Mm-hmm.
The chlorophyll has it.
Okay.
Um, and then you have your B vitamins, and that's good for your nervous system, your mood. It's also like B6 is good for your cardiovascular system. If you have nausea, for instance, when you're pregnant, even B6 is a good one.
Okay, so when I was going to St. Louis, we were sitting on the highway forever and we were inching along and when I have big rigs around me and I'm moving and they're moving, it's a
Right.
optical illusion kind of thing and it bothers my equilibrium.
Okay.
And that's what was happening. And I was
Okay.
getting sicker and sicker and sicker sitting on the highway. And I'm so glad I carry my liquid vitamin B with me
Right.
because I just squirted it under my tongue and held it there. And you were on the phone with me. I'm like, I'm getting so sick. And
Mm,
I felt better after taking it, number one. But when I want to clean up my house, you guys, I want to get an extra boost of energy.
mm-hmm.
I squeeze it under my tongue.
Yep.
And it gives me focus, it gives me energy, and I'm able to do stuff. And I'm like, man, okay. So it's
And
better than,
and that's important. That's important
yeah.
too. And Kathey's talking about how she squirts some under her tongue. She's using a sublingual B vitamin because it's 98% absorption rate. So you're going to absorb it better. You're going to absorb it faster. It's going to
Hmm.
go directly in the bloodstream because we have underneath our tongue. That's where it goes, and that goes directly
Sublingual.
there.
That's right. Sublingual.
So,
So,
and also another thing about B vitamins, there's cobalamin and there's methylated cobalamin.
mhm.
A lot of people, especially with thyroid issues, cannot absorb the regular cobalamin because it's synthetic usually. So what you need to do is get something that is methylated. You need a methylated B vitamin so that your body can actually utilize it. So that helps convert those thyroid hormones and all kinds of things. For instance, we need serotonin, right? Serotonin is made in the gut, but we need it to get to our brain, and we can't get it to our brain without those B vitamins. So
Wow.
it's really important. People are wondering why. Oh, I need more serotonin. No, 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 you don't actually. You have a ton in your gut. Trust me. You have so much
Wow.
serotonin in your gut. It's not even funny. All
Wow.
you need to do is get some methylated B vitamins so you can help transport that serotonin to your brain.
Wow. So my doctor, I was anemic the last time that I saw him, and I was amazed that I was anemic because I'm like, I'm not having periods anymore, and I thought that that
Right.
was why I was anemic because I was bleeding out all of my vitamin uh,
Yeah.
iron. I'm sorry, my iron.
Iron.
I thought that's why
Mm-hmm.
I was bleeding out all my iron, and he was like, "Well, you're anemic," and I'm like, "How is that possible?
Mm-hmm.
Explain why that's possible." And then I'm going to also ask. Well, B. He told me to get on B vitamin with the
Folate.
yeah, with the what?
Folate or folic acid.
It was
Did he ever say that?
the mentho
Oh, methylated.
the
Methylated.
methylated. He told me to get, and I came home and looked at my vitamin B, and it was definitely methylated. But tell me why I can be, or anybody can be, anemic without even having a period every freaking month. Like I was,
Well, right,
I'm
right.
bleeding
And
out. I was literally bleeding out, you guys.
well, as we age, we lose iron too, and sometimes we just don't get it in the foods we eat.
Yeah.
There is a lot of iron in meats and stuff. So if you're a vegetarian, you definitely want to like supplement with that or look up,
Mhm.
the foods that are good for that have high in iron. But the main thing is a lot of people actually, one, they need those methylated vitamins, but another thing is folic acid, folate, the methylated folate, because we need to absorb that too. And a lot of people are anemic because they actually don't have enough of folate.
It's crazy.
And so you need the B vitamins and the folate together. It helps it convert everything. It helps you absorb it better. And you want them methylated for sure.
No. Well, if you guys also have cast iron skillets, it's pretty good to cook in cast iron because you do take that iron on
Hmm.
when you cook with cast iron.
Right.
Just like you do anything you cook in, your food is going to have something, it's going to absorb it.
That's right.
So remember that. So if you're cooking with anything that's Teflon or have any nonstick
Yeah.
surfaces, you got to remember you're taking that on as well. Well, the same with cast iron skillet. So
Right.
yeah.
And I also want to say, a lot of people who are anemic, sometimes they get cold easily, they have poor
Mhm.
circulation. It's a lot of to do with cardiovascular, and what do B vitamins do? They help with your cardiovascular system.
Okay.
So you need to help increase your circulation, and that's also related to the thyroid. What did I say about B vitamins and the thyroid? You got to have those to convert your T100, T3, T4. You have to be able to convert all that, right? You have,
Right.
you have to convert those hormones, so you need those B vitamins. Super important, especially
Wow.
right in the morning with all your amino acids when you wake up. I also talk about getting that protein right in the morning because 20 minutes to an hour of waking is when you should have 20 to 30 grams of protein. And you need that because those amino acids are what's helping convert that high thyroid hormone too. You also need to feed your muscles. You need to boost your metabolism. If you don't have breakfast in the morning and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, it's because you're not having either you're not having the right foods or you're not eating at all. And when you're not having the right foods or not eating at all, you're not helping your thyroid, which controls your metabolism. Mic drop. Just kidding. Just playing. But yeah. So, but moving on though, so we know our B vitamins are good for our nervous system, our
Mhm.
cardiovascular, our thyroid, all these things. We need it for so many functions.
Anemia.
Anemia,
Yeah.
even liver function. We need it for
Mhm.
everything. So we know that we need that. It helps with your mood too. A lot of times we go through depression. A lot of people go through depression because they lack those B vitamins. And that could
Huh.
be as simple as that. Getting some B vitamins in, or even some vitamin D too can help with
Well,
depression.
I have to say, when I was pregnant, I had a lot of nausea and vomiting the
Yeah,
entire time. It was 7 months with my daughter and 9 months with my son. I mean, literally throwing up every day.
yeah.
I was in the hospital my first trimester with my son because they thought he was twins. I was so sick with
Mm,
him.
mm,
So I was told that if I was on B vitamins, and by the way, I couldn't take prenatal anything because I was throwing everything up.
yeah,
So, but I was told that if I had the B vitamins, that it was a possibility that I could have had a better pregnancies.
that's right.
Um, I would have loved to have tried that, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Too bad you didn't have the liquid vitamin back then. You just like squirt it on your tongue and it worked instantly. And
Well, no one told me anything. So
exactly. That's why we need to teach this because
yeah,
nobody
exactly.
knows this stuff.
I know.
Doctors want to give you pills to stop you from throwing up, right? And things to block the symptoms from happening. Well, we're not trying to block the symptoms. We're just trying to help your body do what it's supposed to do so it doesn't react. You shouldn't have to have those reactions.
You guys, mine was so bad that I would come out of my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have you
it
have
was so bad.
you have ailments and reactions because you're not having enough vitamins and minerals and nutrients. That's why we're talking about this today. Um, we need to understand how important they are because we really don't get them in our food because the soil's depleted today, like more than it was 50 to 100 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
People are not growing right. They're not stopping the crops, for several years. You're supposed to plant
Mhm.
in different places. You're not supposed to keep growing on the same soil because it depletes it. Um, there's things that we're just not doing.
That's right.
And I wanted to get through more of this today, Kathey, but I just realized that we hit 45 minutes already
Uh-huh.
just now.
Yeah, we're there.
But
We're there.
I do want to just read off a few more vitamins real fast before
Sure.
we quit, just so people can get that information real fast.
Absolutely.
So vitamin C, it's good for your immune system, colds. It helps fight off infection, helps fight free radicals. It's an antioxidant. It can help you detox when you're going through a detox stage. Sometimes you want to up your vitamin C to help you through that detox. If you're a smoker, for instance,
Wow.
you strip so much vitamin C and calcium from your body. When every cigarette you light, I think it's more than coffee actually, because coffee strips 250 milligrams of calcium from your bones, each cup you drink. So I believe that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, people that drink pots of coffee.
Exactly. And that's what we need to talk about too, because the acidity is something that is very
Oh, okay.
damaging. Remember how we said acidity, it
Gotcha.
strips calcium from the bones. It, you can't, you're just acidic body. It's where disease dwells. So you're making it a perfect environment. And don't get me wrong, I love coffee, but I don't drink it anymore.
I've never, ever partook. I love the way it smells, but I've never drank. I don't think I've ever drank a whole cup of coffee. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, so yeah, we want vitamin C for a lot of things. We need vitamin C to absorb all of our other vitamins and minerals, actually. That helps us absorb those better. And then we have vitamin D, again, that's, the immune system, skeletal. I said something earlier about depression. You might need some vitamin D if you're going through some depression. And vitamin E is important. It's good for your circulatory, reproductive, your muscles, your heart, your liver. And then when you add vitamin E and selenium together, it's good for your cholesterol. It helps with the antioxidant and heart and muscles again. So that's super important. And one last thing is zinc. Zinc is also great for the immune system. It helps with your digestive system, colds, cold sores, anemia. Need zinc when you're anemic. It helps your blood. It helps your smell and taste. So if you lose your sense of taste and smell for some weird reason, I'm not going to say the word. But if you lose your sense of taste and smell, you need to take some zinc.
Wow.
Because I will tell you, back in January, I did get that nasty bug, and I did lose my sense of taste and smell. And I ordered my zinc because I didn't have any on hand. And as soon as I started taking that zinc, I started getting some flavor back. I could start tasting sweet again, some salty, and then I started tasting flavor. As long as you take enough.
Well, I hate that I'm sorry that I went on and on about Simone Biles and everything, but I have to tell you, not all supplements, not all vitamins, and not all minerals that you buy from other places or any other place, actually, you guys, are equal.
Yep.
You have to get the correct amount, because if you don't, you're going to be thinking that you're taking something that's good, and it isn't. A lot of that stuff is synthetic. A lot of that stuff has a lot of dirt in it.
Not tested.
Or certified. Yeah. But did you hear me say that a lot of it has dirt in it?
Yeah, dirt, bug particles. Yeah, you're paying for
the ground. Yeah, you don't understand that if you're not getting something from a trusted source, like Crystal and I, you're probably not getting the amount of nutrition in those supplements, vitamins, minerals that you think. And so please know that we're not going to give you anything that's not already tested, tried, and true.
Yep, especially organic, non-GMO. You want to look for those things.
Yeah. Well, no sugar, you guys. They put sugar in that stuff. Just know that they put sugar in that stuff, you guys.
And gluten is
some of it wheat. Yeah, I was just about to say some of it's got some wheat in it, and you don't want it if you're gluten sensitive. And, just know that if you're not getting it from people that know what they're talking about, if you think you're getting it from a discounted price at a store, you're not discounting anything, because you're going to take more to get less. Yeah, and you're paying more. So just think about stuff like that.
I believe it's either the bottle, what it says on the bottle. Let's get something off a regular shelf in the store. It only has to have, I believe, 2 or 4% of what it says on the bottle. So think about that. Would you want 100% of what's in the bottle, or do you want just 2 to 4% of what's in the bottle?
Now that's kind of important right there. Yeah. You might want to even repeat that one. Sorry.
2 to 4% is all, I believe. I can't remember which one it is. That's all it has to be in there, what's on the label when you get stuff from the shelf, and you wonder why it's so cheap.
Or that you don't feel the difference.
Or there's a lot of fillers in it. Yeah, there's
That's what I mean by, it's a lot of fillers, and it's not potent. Yep. And so just know that time you go to even a vitamin store, you guys, they are not equal. So
Oh yeah.
please know that we're here to educate you in everything, not just, yeah.
Right. That's right.
This has
Well,
been so
yes.
good.
Well, thank you,
Oh
everyone.
my gosh.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching
You
today. If
guys,
you like
yeah.
this video, go ahead and like it, comment, ask us questions, share with your friends, share to your page. We'd love to get it out there. So
Yeah.
yes, please just like and share this video. Don't forget that. That's important. We need people to hear this. We need to
Yeah.
spread the good word. So like and share. And you have our information at the bottom scrolling throughout this entire video. If you need to contact us for anything, have any questions, or maybe you would like to be on the show one day and have a health talk with us, go ahead and
That'd
contact
be
us.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also have a subscription program, you guys, that we would love for you guys to be a part of. You get so much more than these programs on a weekly basis. So please subscribe. When you hit on naturalhealthhub.square.site, you can go in and schedule we do health conference calls with people. And then you can also look at our website and peruse it and look at it and see what we can do and help you with, because there's a lot of things on there. So,
So if you know
yeah,
anybody, maybe this video isn't even for you, but if you know someone going through certain things that you heard about today, maybe would like to share that with them and get this out there to them. This could help somebody today.
yeah. All right, Crystal. Well, we had
All
a good
right.
one today.
We did.
I knew this would be good for just you and I tell you.
I had a good time for
And
sure.
you too.
All righty, you guys.
Bye, you
Happy
guys.
Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in today. We appreciate you.